Hello, I'm here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. We are playing in the Harbinger League as a solo self-found Dark Pact Necromancer, and hot on the heels of recording the previous episode, let's try to get another Chateau map, because that is what I wanted to go for, but we corrupted it into a tier 12. Luckily I had a second map. So this one rolled with temp change, hexproof monsters, a unique boss with increased life and 70% increased area of effect, and I myself have point blank, which I don't care about, but it affects me, so I get pack size. So let's see, Vaal Orb, are you gonna leave this alone, shuffle this, or what's gonna happen? It got completely different. Unholy Abode. Monsters have nearly 5 times the normal crit chance, so this has got to put the monster at about 23 or so % chance to crit. 43% increased critical multiplier means their crits are gonna hit for 77% more damage than usual, or 73% more than usual. So that's 20% of that. It's on average it's 14% more damage, but of course it comes in crit spikes. And well, crits, they of course inflict status ailments. That is something to keep in mind. Monsters have additional projectiles, they poison on hit and they deal 109% extra damage as lightning. So extra lightning combined with the crits means of course I'm gonna get shocked quite often. Do I have a mana flask that has shock removal? Just double checking. It's a life flask with shock removal instead of freeze removal. This is one of those tricky things. For now, we're just gonna accept the shock. It's gonna be more damage when it hits. Shock is now no longer fixed at 50%. It is a variable amount, but I might get more damage incoming than usual. We'll see. This is just all offensive on the monster side. They get a little bit of an advantage there. But I get a corrupted map, so let's do this. The build is the exact same as it was at the end of the last episode. So there's that.
Beauty and brutality in such close proximity.
So the Chateau map, I've never played it before. I had a peek at the wiki. And the boss is going to be none other than Fluffy, also known as Zaro's pet dog, also known as Argus.
Of immense power.
I think there's some small variations. There's no elemental or status ailment immunities on it, but I think that got removed from the normal version as well. It used to be back in the day that it was immune, so this boss is not. And this boss has a the skill that got introduced the same time as Earthquake, the mini Earthquake. Not Ground Slam, but the other one that has those small explosions. Sunder, yes, that is the name. And a Vanguard belt. This is also one of those map exclusive ones. Hybrid armor and evasion. Okay, the additional projectiles is one of the more interesting mods that enemies can have, since it makes my job of dodging projectiles much more difficult. And it is pretty effective against large groups of skeletons. Oh, we got Katarina there. Hey, are you stalking me perchance? You were there last episode as well. Ooh, and a trial. Oh, we have to feed minion souls to the minion. That's gonna be an easy one. And a trial. Oh, on topic of the trial, there's a. I've been so focused on build changes and things like that I completely forgot about the usual news updates for the build. I have finally managed to complete all 6 of the trials. Ta-da! Only took me 20 different trials. The 20th one was the one that got me the Trial of Burning Rage. So if you assume that the chance of encountering any of these 6 trials is exactly the same, so all 1/3 chance or 1/6 chance to encounter, then the chance of this happening, of needing 20 trials to make it to a trial that you haven't done before in order to complete it, is 2.5%. That this would pop up. So chances are much more likely that you will get it within 20 trials, but sometimes Lady Luck doesn't really smile upon you. Or maybe she does, because I do have 20 goddess statues now that I can use to run labyrinths. The thing is, no, I've been bumping my head against the red maps, and just the build is in flux, so right now I don't think it's going to be all that good of an idea to run the labyrinth until I am reasonably confident that the build is gonna hold up. And for that, now I just need to run more maps. But this is actually, no, I haven't changed the build after last episode. I'm getting to the point where I'm actually more and more happy with it. So running the end game labyrinth, the Uber labyrinth soonish, it's probably gonna be on the menu. It's a level 75 area, if I remember correctly. Or is it 85? Something with a 5 in it. Probably 75, given that this is a 78. So that is gonna be fun. Might as well see how trial viable we are. That rhymes. Trial viable. Okay, just wait for the wave. Like that. Yeah, got skewered here. Not having access to a Quicksilver flask, little annoying. On the other hand, I effectively have my own Quicksilver flask via Flesh Offering. It is a 30% or 27% movement speed increase. That's about half a Quicksilver for me, actually. Because normally a Quicksilver is 40% increased movement speed, but I've got some increased flask efficiency, so I actually get more out of it. If I summon the minions, I was thinking maybe just sending them there. In this case, let's just let the explosions do their work. Okay, wait for this one to go back down. Go. Wonderful. That is the first stage. Corpses up. Let's put up a nice Flesh Offering here. One of the nice things, of course, is that we effectively, if we treat a Flesh Offering as an actual Quicksilver flask, it is infinitely replenishing, which is lovely. Especially in situations such as these. Okay, and we have to run through, then we got a timed crank, then skewer. Yep. That's not great for my health. And then we hit the timed crank, and it was in time, so we can hit the lever. Wonderful. The damage you take for using movement skills in the anti-movement skill aura is actually not that bad. Seems to be about 20% to a quarter or so of your effective health. So no, we can get away with that. And I slightly misplaced myself there. And again, good thing I never claimed I was good at avoiding these things. And ow. And that's the timed one. Wonderful. What's up this one? Well, this is going to be trial number 21 this league, so I've got a little bit of experience under my belt by now. Oh, speaking of news updates, I finally found my very first Exalted Orb. And that was before recording the previous episode, but of course I forgot to mention it. But yeah, that's the first Exalted Orb in, I think, 2 or 3 leagues now. And didn't really happen until I started running into red maps. I think it dropped in that tier 10 map. But yeah, they are much more rare than they used to be, or at least with my current luck, they appear to be much more rare than they used to be. And oh, there we are. Lock door, there's a lever over there. Time crank, wonderful. Now we're gonna go over there, wonderful. Opens up this one, opens up the door there. Let's just mistime that one, mistime that one. This is gonna pop out, yep. It's a good thing there's no total time limit or modifiers like you cannot regain health ever or something in trials, because I would not fare very well. Okay, and there we are. Another offering to the goddess. So let's look for a Fluffy. Here, might as well have a look. Okay, back in the map, we get multiple projectiles, we get lots of crits, we get bonus lightning damage, all the fun stuff, all the good stuff. Okay, there's a door out, so that means this is probably going to be a enclosed area. This area, from what the wiki indicated, it has multiple parts. It starts indoors, then there's an outdoors part, and then there's an indoors part again. So the exit from the garden is most likely going to be where we don't want to be. Oh, yeah, there's a Harbinger there. There's too much blue. Okay. Yo, you're starting to annoy me a little bit.
Orb of fusing.
Okay, you got your own bubble. Well, I got an army. And then I'll just infiltrate your bubble and blow you up anyway. So grab that, and then we can move forward, focusing on the enemies rather than getting distracted by loot. Because by now, you know, I do like my loot. Oop, it's a little too close to the action. Okay, getting attacked from the... or flanked rather. You, with your ranged attacks. If enemies have kiting behavior, then of course the minions have to waltz in and attempt to murder them. Which, even with the flash offering, they're still not the fastest bunch. I believe this was a... oh no, this was not the temp change, that was the other one. I say, not having temp change on the map does make it a little more pleasant to run. Because my physical dodging skills get even worse when there's temp change, since the character just keeps responding slower than usual. Okay. And there's too many enemies here. But luckily, we have an army of our own. Okay. So book there. A little bit of a guess as to where it is. I was guessing that this would be a rather limited sized garden, and it appears like I'm right in that guess. Oh, hello there, another Harbinger. Wonderful. That's the second or the third one this league. Or the, well, not this league, but this map. I am approving of that. And there we are. More shards to pick up. So a lot of alt and transmutation shards here. Still 50 plus monsters remaining. So there's a thing on the side and this here. So that's probably gonna extend the entire side there. So let's just enter here. Okay, a little tar, that's not really great for keeping me nice and speedy. And there we go. Oh, killing a dozen or so enemies is also a good alternative to bringing your own corpses with a Desecrate. Especially, you know, the larger groups of weaker mobs. Mowing them down works pretty well. Having my bone offering trigger at 500 or so damage taken. What is it? 528. Does mean that it's, at this point in the game, it basically triggers whenever I get hit. And the skills only have a cooldown of a quarter of a second between triggers. So it can trigger effectively as often as needed. Okay, let's just provide some corpses. Desecrate. Yeah. Well, the good thing is the bone offering is not a bad offering to have active either. It's defensive, it helps the skeletons stay alive a bit longer. And that is not necessarily a bad thing. Because if I'm taking damage, then well, I can use the defenses. The chaos damage that you see pop up every once in a while there is not my main chaos damage. It's a second chaos damage gem I found that I'm leveling as well, since well, it's relatively rare. So if you find it, might as well level all of the copies that you do have. You never know what you might wanna socket it in, because it's a first pick or a high among the picks of gems for a lot of different skills. So having a decent level added chaos gem is pretty useful. 19 mobs remain. Is this a weird edge? Ooh, someone didn't do an entirely good job there. Question is, are we gonna walk into an arena that just slams shut behind us, or is this gonna be more or less an open area? Either way, we'll see. Let's just double check. We have lots of crits, we have projectiles, but I don't think Argus was projectile user. Poison on hit and lightning damage combined with the crits is gonna be fun though. Oh, there we are. Here. Hephaeus the hammer. Yeah, that's almost the Argus. He still got an extra minion. So just keep the totem up. Just keep some wither and stuff going. Then lots of damage. Just refreshing the skellies. Some wither, and then after that we burst, and then he runs away from the skeletons. Stop it, you silly goose. Oh yeah, that was the Chateau. 5 monsters remain, so it's a couple of lucky duckies, or maybe are they in the corridor here? Let's double check. Are you in the corridor? Nope, lucky duckies. But yeah, that's the Chateau. Where is the Chateau on the map? It's over there. Ah yeah, top right. It's not a side I approach the center from too often either. So there you have it. And with that, as always, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.